Okay, we are live and recording. And I'm going to do a screen share. Alright, so here we are. This is this week's folder. I want to talk about what you needed to do last week first. So this is last week's folder. There was the Writing Fluency Forum, which is looking good. Pardon me. We'll just check the instructions. So last week, there was basically two things to do. You had to do the study pack and you had to do the 10-minute fluency, writing fluency activity. Okay, so that's where we were last week. We're still looking at unity and coherence. Okay, and I'll just cover what they are again one more time in a moment. As always, I put the recording of last week's session here. I will do the same thing with this week's session. The material was in, right down the bottom there. Okay, so this is what you had to do last week. I'll just open it up. Okay, I've got this week's open already. So here's last week's. Oh, there we go. Here's last week's. Okay. So there were the answers to the questions from the first week. Okay, these just what you need to do is go through and check your answers against the activities that you did. Okay, I'm not going to grade this, but it is still really important for you to do. If there's anything you're not sure about, ask during this session right now, or send me an email. Okay, and find out what was wrong. Or better yet, how you can improve. Okay, so for each activity that you were asked to do last week, there is an answer provided. The writing topic last week was this one, write about your favorite season. We'll have a look at what you've done in a moment. I'm guessing it's not the wet season. It's been pretty bad the last week and a half. I hope all of you are safe and your family are safe. Okay, so last week you were asked to do page 84 from your textbooks. All the activities in the textbook are aimed at trying to teach you about the importance of unity and coherence. Now, if you remember, unity is the idea that every topic sentence, so every main idea from your paragraphs, relates to the thesis statement, whether it's a 4-paragraph essay or a 5-paragraph essay. Okay, so whether it has 2 body paragraphs or 3 body paragraphs, that's the only difference between the 2 and the 3 body paragraphs. I beg your pardon, the 4-paragraph and 5-paragraph essay. If it has 2 body paragraphs, you need to have 2 main ideas in your thesis statement. Okay? If it has 3 body paragraphs, you need to have 3 main ideas in your thesis statement, which you can then write about in your essay. Now, each of those 3 paragraphs, let's talk about the 5-paragraph essay, because that's what you'll be doing as your final assignment. Okay? So each of those 3 paragraphs must be mentioned in the thesis statement. Each of those 3 paragraphs must have a topic sentence which outlines that main idea, and then also discusses some of the supporting ideas, the sentences that you're going to write to support the main idea of the paragraph. And then, so that's the topic sentence. And then as you go into the paragraph, each of those supporting ideas should have details, examples, reasons, explanations that provide evidence to support those ideas. Okay, everything should all be directed back towards the thesis statement. That's the idea of unity. Everything is connected. Okay, coherence is simply the idea of using connecting words to make your essay easy to read. That's what you're doing. You're using connecting words, and there were a whole bunch of connecting words in here, I think. See if I can find them. Oh, no, it's on the next one. Now, the connecting words, just think of them as signposts on a road, okay? All they are doing is they are guiding the audience, guiding the reader, or as a signpost on the road, guiding the driver. You use those words because it makes it easier for the reader to understand where they are and where they are going in your essay, okay? All right, so that was last week. We were looking at that. Oh, pardon me. And now this week. Oh, no, I want to have a look at the forum very quickly. Well, I don't know about you, wherever you're living, but outside my window right now, it's white. I've got a wall of rain. Okay. So the idea was post, just copy and paste, all right, your favorite season, and then comment on it. And looks like you guys are doing a good job, again, like last week. Okay, so Mayuko, you always seem to be one of the first ones, okay? My favorite season is spring. I have some reasons. Cherry blossoms, okay? Good. Yep, you can go to school by bike. Yeah, very nice. That's a really good explanation of your favorite season. And then there are some questions, and Mayuko has answered them. So that is perfect. Good job. Okay? I'm not going to go through all of them, although I will have a look at them all. But I just want to show these to you to say, yep, what you are doing is fantastic. That's what we want. Okay, we want you to share your ideas with each other. Okay, summer. All right. Swim, unfortunately not at the moment, unless you're next to the ocean. Light glow's true. And you don't need to go to school because of the summer vacation. That's also true, but I guess none of us are going to school at the moment. All right, so that is great. Okay, what you're doing with those writing fluency forums are perfect. Just a quick look again. This is how I will know if you have done anything. Okay, Mayuko has obviously posted and she has commented and on other people's posts. And she has replied to questions about her own. That's why she has 6. Okay, Erina has posted, but I'm guessing that she hasn't actually answered any questions or asked any other questions. All right, so just looking at that gives me a very good idea of who is doing what and who isn't. Okay. All right. If your name is at the bottom here, you haven't done anything. All right, and doing nothing gets you nothing. Okay. This is week 3. So what you have to do this week, obviously this folder was unlocked on Wednesday. We are almost halfway through the final quarter. All right. So there is a essay task you have to do this week to start preparing for your final thesis, and that is you have to choose a thesis statement, or you have to start writing your thesis statement. Okay, and we'll go through that in a moment. But there is a graded activity. It's the first of 3 graded activities. Okay, and this one is submit a model essay. Oh, the 10-minute writing forum posts are also graded, just so you know. Okay, I will be looking at those, and you will get graded on whether you did it or didn't do it. It's really that simple. So let's go through those things. as I said, today's recording of today's session will be left here if you need to come back and have a look at what we've done for any reason. Now, today is important. Just like last quarter with the 4-paragraph essay, the most important thing was getting your thesis statement right. Everything comes from the thesis statement. If you can write a good thesis statement, everything else becomes much, much easier. Okay, that's the whole point of working on the thesis statement. So work hard on your thesis statement. Spend time thinking about and writing your thesis statement. If you do that, everything else in the essay then becomes easier for you. Okay, so we'll have a look at what you need to do today. The other thing you need to do, you're going to look at a model essay, a model 5-paragraph essay, and you're going to answer some questions about that essay. There are some problems. You need to identify those problems. Okay. And again, there's another timed writing activity this week. Again, you will post it, okay, in the forum. So the timed writing you should do in a Word document, okay? You can do in this Word document, and then copy and paste into the forum. Now this week's timed writing topic, write about your biggest fear. Okay, now that could be just something you're really, really scared of, like snakes or cockroaches, or in my case, it was sharks, okay, when I was younger. Or it could be some kind of fear you have about the future, okay? It could be a fear that you won't get a good job, or it could be a fear that the coronavirus might be here forever. I don't think that's going to happen, by the way. I'm pretty sure that the coronavirus is going to mess us up for maybe another 12 to 18 months. But I think they will develop a vaccine, and then life will come back to some kind of normal. Okay. Anyway, the topic is write about your biggest fear. Okay. So do it the same way, 10 minutes. Do it in the Word document. Okay. I'll open up the Word document. So do it in here. I'll show you where in a moment. And then copy and paste into the forum. Okay, now while I've got this open, we will have a quick look at the thesis statement. Okay, these are the answers to last week's questions from the textbook. Again, as I said, go through and check that you got it right. If there's, here are the examples of all of the connecting words. Okay, so that's coherence we're looking at here. We did unity the previous week. Okay, here's where you need to write your topic, okay, your greatest fear, and just start writing from here, okay? Or here, doesn't matter where. Just write it in so that you can copy it and paste it into the Schoology forum. Okay, now, very important, thesis statement. Your topic for your final 5-paragraph essay will be English education in Japan. Okay, this is the topic. But your focus is up to you. Okay, what your opinion of English education in Japan is how you can change what you're going to write about. So this, remember, is the topic. But the focus of the topic is up to you, whether you think it's a good thing, a bad thing, or it's essential for getting a job, or it's something that you think is useful if you want to study abroad, or it's something that needs to be changed so it becomes more effective. Those are just some ideas that I've thought of straight away. But the key point is you have to write about English education in Japan, but your opinion is your opinion, okay? You can change the focus of that essay. So, as it says here, there are many opinions, many viewpoints, and many ideas about English education in Japan. You can write what you think about this topic. So, you need to start by developing a good thesis statement. Now, to help you write a thesis statement, go back to the textbook, and on page 58 and 59, it gives you a list of points about writing a thesis statement. I'm just going to go down the page a bit because I think it was here. Yep, there we go. Okay, it's talking about these ideas for how to write a thesis statement. Okay, that's on page 58 and 59. Go back and read it. And I'll just come back up here. Okay, so review the points for how to write a good thesis statement. I've also got a summary down here, which I'll go through in a minute because it's really important. A lot of you made mistakes on your thesis statement for the 4-paragraph essay. And one of the most common mistakes was not having an opinion. You said both things are equal. Okay, it's good and it's bad. That is really wishy-washy. Okay, that's it. You need to have an opinion. It can be good and bad, but you need to say which one you think it is more. Is it more good or more bad? Okay, you have to state an opinion. Saying that things are equal is not really an opinion. It's kind of trying to find a middle line. Okay. So, first of all, it must have an opinion. Now, how do you do this? Start by brainstorming. Okay, and what I've done is I've tried to help you with the brainstorming process by getting you to write down different ideas about English education in Japan. Okay, so I've got 3 spaces here. You can add more. You can add 4, 5, and 6 if you want. But write at least 3 different ideas about English education in Japan. Okay, English education in Japan is good because blah, blah, blah. Okay, English education in Japan is useful for getting a job. English education in Japan will help you if you want to study abroad. English education in Japan is terrible because it concentrates too much on grammar translation. Okay, English education in Japan doesn't concentrate on speaking and listening enough. Okay, so there are lots of different focuses that you can talk about. You need to brainstorm different ones. Write down at least 3 different ideas. You can write down more. But then choose the best idea. Okay? Now to do that, follow these instructions. So choose the one that, first of all, that you like the most. It's really important that you actually like the topic. It helps to write it. Also, think which topic is going to give you enough to write about. Okay, you don't want a yes or no answer. Okay, you need to think of a thesis statement which gives you room to write, to express your opinion. Make sure it does express an opinion. Okay, don't write a fact. Okay, don't write down English education is taught in every school in Japan. Okay, that is a fact. It's not an opinion. Now you could say, I believe English education should be taught from 1st grade in every school in Japan. Okay, so from Ichinensei. That is an opinion. Okay, so those 2 things are different. You need to express an opinion. Second, I just said this. Okay, check it expresses your opinion. I beg your pardon. Okay, what you think. Make sure it has an opinion. Okay, this is the one I was talking about before. Don't say English education in Japan is both good and bad. Okay, you need to say it's either more good or more bad, and then explain why. You can say, there are some good points about English education. However, overall, English education in Japan is not good enough. Or vice versa. you can say there are still some problems with English education in Japan, but overall, English education in Japan is doing an excellent job. So, can you see the difference? It's both good and bad. That's not expressing an opinion. Okay, it's one or the other, but you can say, although there are some good points, it is bad. Although there are some bad points, it is good. If you want to talk about the good and the bad, that's how you need to do it. And finally, number 3, make sure, and this is really important, this will really help you write your essay. It's a 5-paragraph essay. Make sure that your thesis statement includes 3 ideas that support your opinion, okay? These are going to be used as the basis of your 3 body paragraphs. So English education in Japan is good because of A, B, and C. Okay? Now, a lot of you did not do that for the 4-paragraph essay. So your 2 body paragraphs, we're talking about 2 different things, but you didn't mention those in your thesis statement, and you lost marks for that. So make sure that you mention the 3 topics. Okay, and again, I think I've helped you do that just below here. Okay, now look at your 3 possible thesis statements from above, and then choose the best one. Okay? Once you've finished, rewrite your thesis statement. It's not going to be perfect the first time, so rewrite it, just check it against these ideas, and then write your thesis statement here. Okay? So this week, you need to finish writing your thesis statement. Make sure you do this, because next week we will continue assuming that you have finished writing your thesis statement. So if you don't do it this week, you're going to be way behind, and you're going to struggle to catch up, and worse, your essay at the end won't be very good. Okay, so that's the assignment for this week. You'll notice there is nothing from the textbook in it. Okay, in fact, we've actually finished the textbook. Okay, so this week and next week, we'll be working on, each week we'll be working on one aspect of your 5-paragraph essay, so that by the end of the quarter, it will be finished. You'll be ready to go. Okay, so make sure you open the Word document, do your 10-minute timed writing, copy, paste it into the forum. Go through those steps to write your thesis statement. Take time to do this, okay? This is time well invested. The more time you take to write your thesis statement, the easier it will be to do the rest of your essay. If you do this bit quickly and badly, then the rest of your essay will be difficult. Okay, it'll be much more difficult for you. So please take time to do this. This is the most important part of your essay. All right, now let's go back. Now, the last thing we need to talk about today is the 5-paragraph model essay, and that is in the week 3 folder. So I'll open that up. I'll leave the instruction page open. Okay, so yeah, copy and paste your writing fluency in here, okay? What's your greatest fear? Goes into there. Now the model paragraph, 5-paragraph essay, again, is a Word document. Oh my God. I haven't attached it. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, I'll have to attach that for you. Okay. I can't show it to you. Just bear with me a moment. I'm gonna try and find it for you. Here we go. I'll attach it in a moment. I thought I'd already put it in there. Now, we're over here. Where's the model paragraph essay? I think it's this one. Yep, okay, here we go. I'll attach this in just a moment, okay? Oh, that's not it either. Oh. Okay, I'll just explain it then. Well, did I do this last week? There's a model 5-paragraph essay, okay? And you need to follow the instructions and do the tasks. Now, it's very, very similar to the 4-paragraph model essay that you did last quarter, okay? It's going to ask you to highlight in different colored text, and I'm sure I've got it here somewhere. Ah, I did get you to do it last week. Okay. I can't find it. That's terrible. Okay, I will go and I'll hunt this down and I will find it. So once the Word document is attached, and I apologize for the fact that it's not, you need to download it. Just follow the instructions, okay? The idea, and this is the most important idea, is use the model paragraph, 5-paragraph essay as an example of what you should do when you write your 5-paragraph essay, okay? So look at the structure. Now, some of you, for the 4-paragraph essay, you only wrote 1 paragraph, okay? You didn't have 5 paragraphs. You had all of the information for 4 paragraphs, but you combined it into one long essay. There were no indents. You didn't break it into 4 paragraphs. You need to make sure that you do that with the 5-paragraph essay. Also, have a look at the thesis statement in the 5-paragraph essay. Have a look at where it comes. Have a look at the first sentence of each body paragraph, okay? It should be the topic sentence. And you should be able to spot the topics, okay? The supporting information is in the topic sentence. Please have a look at that so that you do the same thing. The conclusion starts with in conclusion or in summary or some kind of signal phrase telling the reader that it is the conclusion. Okay, so as you go through and do those tasks in this 5-paragraph opinion essay, pay attention. The tasks are designed to make you think about how to write a 5-paragraph essay. That's why we give it to you. It's a model. It's something that you should use as an example when you write your essay. And next week, we'll give you the answers to the 5-paragraph opinion essay. Okay, that's it for today. I'll just stop sharing my screen. I have to go and find that opinion essay in a moment. Now, are there any questions? All right. Now, there's only 9 of you. I'm guessing that you 9 are going to be the ones that have no problems doing the essay, and that the other 40 people or 30 people in the class are going to be the ones that struggle. So thank you guys for turning up. If you have any problems, please send me an email. One last tip before we finish. A lot of you, and I'm guessing that you might be the stronger students, especially for the stronger students, the main area that you lost marks was in the grammar section, okay? So for those people, what I did is I strongly suggested that they download Grammarly and that they use Grammarly to check their final essay. And so I'll just say that one more time. This is Grammarly. Okay, you can't see it because I stopped sharing my screen. But Grammarly is a really, really useful piece of software. Okay, and I'm actually going to share my screen again so that you can see it. It's free to download. Okay, there's two different versions. There's what they call premium and then the basic. So it's a bit like English Central, if you remember that. You can use the basic version for free. Okay, and that's what I use, and it's great. This is Grammarly. Okay, you can download it onto your computers. You can also set it up so that it works with your web browser. Okay, you can have Grammarly incorporated into Chrome, which means Microsoft Edge as well. You can put in a document. This is a demonstration document, so we'll open up that one. I think I showed this to you last week, but you can see each problem, okay, it comes up and it gives you a suggestion for how to improve. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Okay, this one, there's no space between the comma and the word, okay? And it tells you what the problem is. Okay, this one, neighborhood, okay, spelling. I am Australian, okay? We use the English, the UK version of the dictionary. This is the American version. Now, doesn't matter whether you use American or English version, okay? You won't lose any marks for that. But it does show you that it picks up spelling mistakes as well, okay? Which is really good. Again, this one is just a problem with the comma. This one, skeptical, okay? That's a spelling mistake. Oh, I beg your pardon, that's actually the Australian thing. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, here's a good example. I was stuck at a traffic jam. This is a mistake in grammar, okay? The preposition at should be in. I was stuck in a traffic jam. So this gives you a really good example of, it picks up all the simple grammar mistakes, okay? And it tells you what the mistake is. And I found, because my grammar is not that great, I have found that I have been learning from using Grammarly. Okay, it is actually teaching me. Every time I make a mistake and I see it, the next time I see the mistake, I remember it, and then I don't make the mistake again. Okay, the more times I see it, the less I'm making that mistake because I'm actually learning. So I am very happy for any of you to use Grammarly because I think it actually improves your grammar. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to add that for the 9 of you who are here because I think it will help you with your final essays. I'm going to stop recording now.